Okay.
Hello and welcome to PnC-Vlogs.
Oh, you've already started.
Yeah. Hello and welcome to PnC-Vlogs.
Hello. So today we're going to do a little review of our Bali holiday because we videoed like little snippets of the holiday. We didn't really talk much on the videos, did we?
No.
So we thought we'd do a little review of the activities we did, where we stayed, and just what we thought of the holiday, really.
Yeah.
So one of the things that we did, which you didn't really see, is on the first full day that we got there, we did what's it called again?
Waterborne Bali.
No, it's not waterborne.
It is.
Waterbomb.
Waterborne Bali.
Waterbomb. So we did Waterbomb Bali, which is like a water park of theirs. So we didn't record any of that because we didn't really have a camera for underwater, did we?
Not really, no. We had some like things that we could put our phones in, some like waterproof pockets.
We weren't too sure of it.
Weren't too sure of them, no.
So we, you won't like that.
Oh, what is that?
It's coffee with some caramel in it.
That is disgusting. Have you got any milk in it?
Yeah.
It's a bit strong, that.
Mm. So yeah, we went and did Waterbomb Bali.
Yeah.
But we didn't really record much, like I say. So what we didn't think of, or what I didn't think of, is Phoebe's got a bit of claustrophobia.
A lot.
So a lot of the water rides were enclosed. This is enclosed. The slides and stuff. So we didn't end up doing a lot of rides, which were mainly, well, that's obviously what you got to walk park for, isn't it, really?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of... It doesn't really say too much online. There's, like, pictures, but it didn't say, like, you know, like, if you went to, like, Alton Towers, it would say what rides they've got. But a lot of them were tunnel slides, so I can't go on them because I'm severely claustrophobic, so I can't go on them. So I think there were 2 rides that weren't enclosed, and they were fun. A lazy river, you know, swim up by the pool, so it was nice, actually. But I wouldn't suggest going if you've got claustrophobia because you can't go on any of the like big slides or like that.
Yeah. So and it wasn't the sunniest of days either. It wasn't the warmest. So like it was still warm, but it wasn't red hot or anything like that. So it was a good day out, but like it probably would have been better if you didn't have claustrophobia. It's just one of them things. I'd like to go caving, but I can't do that because I'd just die. So I think if you don't have claustrophobia, I would highly recommend the water park because it is a really good water park. There's a lot of rides to do. You can definitely spend a full day there and have plenty to do, can't you?
Yeah, 100%. If you don't have claustrophobia, there's loads to do.
Yeah. So basically,
food's nice.
Food's nice. You go in and you buy a band, so you put an amount of money on the band, so that you don't have to mess about with your phone stuff. You can go just pay with your band. Mm-hmm. So that's handy as well. So yeah, I would definitely recommend.
And the hot sauce in Bali is nice. Yeah. Just thinking because I went in there, I had pizza and chips, so that's some of that nice hot sauce, and it was spicy.
Mm.
So it's nice.
Spicy sauce.
Spicy sauce.
That's good. They do spicy sauce at the water park.
You know, positives.
Next up, we did ATV Adventure. So this
Aussie Adventures.
Aussie Adventures
ATV,
is who we
Aussie
went
Adventures.
with. Yeah. This is all in Canggu, isn't it? Yeah.
It could be anywhere.
Yeah.
I don't
So
know.
this was all in Canggu. This is the first place that we stayed.
Yeah.
So this was like we got. Well, it might not have been in Canggu because we got picked up and it was probably like an hour drive there, wasn't it?
I think it was a little bit longer.
So you're basically in rice fields and whatnot. If you watch the video, you can see. So we liked this. So this was really good fun, didn't we? What did you think?
Yeah, really good. I'd give it an 8 out of 10. Really enjoyed the ATV Aussie Adventures. When you go in, there's some lovely little koi fish. It's really cute, and you can feed them as well. The safety briefing were really good, and the guys there were just really, really lovely. The actual, experience really good. They're fast, so watch out for that because you don't really realise what happens when you put throttle on. You go vroom, like so fast, like it's scary actually. And then the only reason I give it an 8 out of 10 is just because of the litter on the beach, a little bit of litter, but which is not great visually, but or environmentally. But it was really nice. Yeah. So what did you think?
Yeah, I thought it was a good experience. It's fairly cheap for what you do as well. So it took us about maybe just over an hour. I'm not sure how long to get there. So they pick you up and they take you there. Then you're in a little holding area, which has got lovely views of the rice fields and stuff. And then you get a little briefing. They pop you on your ATVs and away you go. So you go through the rice fields, go through a little village, along the beach, and then back around again, back through the village, and then they just let you race up and down on the beach basically. So that was, it was really funny. It was something completely different that we've never done before. We've never done that, have we?
No, never.
Phoebe was very excited to go fast up and down the beach. She actually nearly killed us at one point, so that was quite fun.
Looking back on it, I don't know why we were going so fast. I was definitely the fastest on the track.
Yeah, so basically I was stood still on the beach and she's racing towards me. So I'm videoing her thinking, oh, this will make a really good video. And then she just keeps coming straight at me, just like a pin. So I'm like,
turn or brake.
I'm like thinking, is she gonna move or not? So but there was nothing. I couldn't move. It was too late. So she missed me by about this much.
Well, I just come off the throttle, but it carried on going fast, and I couldn't turn because of the sand. The sand was stopping me from turning. It was on wet sand, and I couldn't brake. It just wasn't braking, so I just let go of the throttle, but I was still coming way too fast to be able to stop.
So lucky that she didn't. So we fell out a little bit at that point.
Yeah.
And then I was coming on the way back.
He likes to fall out with me over accidents.
No, she nearly killed us, so it was pretty serious. So then we were coming back, and I'm like, oh, come on now, let's make up or whatever. And I'm not looking where I'm going, and I go straight into the back of somebody else. So then he's off, bloody sort of thing, and I'm like, oh, really sorry, and nightmare. So, but yeah, no, I'd definitely recommend it. I would probably do a similar experience, obviously just in a different place next time if we went again, because it was good fun, wasn't it?
I believe that they also had Kirsty and Chris went to a jungle one.
Possibly.
I believe. So maybe we'd do that one next time.
Yeah. Then next video that we did was some snorkeling. So in the video you'll see us in two different sections. You'll see us in Gilly Tea for the first part of the video, and then the second video is in Lavina. So the Gilly Tea water was really nice, but because it's quite shallow, a lot of the coral reef had been stood on and stuff, which unfortunately you kind of do stand up in the water, to be fair.
If you're going to go snorkeling, I always think it's good if you can get... Ideally, you'd have a boat go a bit further out and jump into where you can't stand, basically. Ideally. Yeah. Because even when we were in Rhodes, that Catalina Cats, you had to walk in a little bit, but it just dropped off. It just dropped off, so... you had to walk in and then it was like that, so you just dropped off. You had to swim, you couldn't touch the bottom, which is better environmentally. So ideally, that's what you'd do, isn't it? Yeah. Because when we went to Lavina, we got the boat out to the dolphins, which we'll talk about a bit later on. But you couldn't stand; you had to jump off the boat into, and then obviously it were all alive because you couldn't stand up. So this is where we started filming underwater. So we did buy some little pouches for your phones, but we were too scared to use them to start with. But then when we went to Gilly Tea, we saw other people using them, didn't we? Yeah. So then we were like, well, if they use them, they must work. And they did work. And that's when we started getting footage of underwater and stuff. Yeah. So we just put them in the phones. They're really good actually. I think they're like 10 quid off Amazon. I didn't. I never used mine because I might have failed or something. So the good thing about the Gilly Tea area is there is still some fish in there, and there is a little bit more coral out further on. But the problem is the further out you go, it gets quite choppy, quite wavy. So. Well, when we first arrived at Gilly Tea, we went on a little bike ride around the island, and we stopped off and had some lunch and got in the sea there. But it was a bit strong, wasn't it? We ended up coming back in. Not where the turtles are, the first bit where we were snorkeling. It was a little bit strong, and we didn't like it really, so we came back in. Yeah. But on where the turtles are in that cove, it didn't feel as strong. I mean, if you went further out, it's quite strong, but it didn't feel as strong there. But yeah, I didn't like it, and obviously there's black tip reef sharks, so I was a bit like, don't want to snorkel here. Well. We didn't see any, did we? We didn't see any, but there is... We didn't go deep enough to see any, did we? No, but you can snorkel and see black tip reef sharks. You don't have to scuba dive to see them. No, but I mean, where we were, it was probably that deep. Yeah, but even your legs were getting pulled. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. Yeah. And then, come sort of the end of... I think it was on the last day, I saw one of them sea snakes and that's it, right. I'm not dealing with that. So Gilly Tea is good for if you don't like deep waters, and good because we've got to see sea turtles as well. But I think if you want to see a bit more live coral reef, you're better off going further out, obviously. So you're best out going on probably boat trips and things like that. Yeah. The second part of the video where there's a lot of coral reef and a lot of fish, that was in Lavina. So a boat had taken us out for the dolphin
excursion thing, and then we got to snorkel afterwards. So that was really good. But yeah, I mean, there's different parts of the island which we could have gone to do better snorkeling, but in the end we decided to just relax a little bit more on this holiday. So, but next time we go, I think we'll go to some of the better snorkeling spots.
Yeah, I mean, the best not snorkeling, the best swimming I've ever done, I suppose, is in Mallorca actually, and we got a little boat, just us, and it was like you could turn it on, it had an engine. We got a little boat, it was really cheap, and we went quite far out, and there were tuna there.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
You can see tuna, massive, yeah.
Yeah.
Tuna. They don't look in that little tin, but they're massive.
Oh dear.
So you definitely have to get a little boat. I mean, you can cut this out because I'm just actually talking to you, but you definitely have to get a boat. You know, and like in Greece, them guys had a little boat. We wanted to nick it, didn't we? They had a little boat. Why have we never had a little boat?
We'll get a little boat.
Next year we're going to get a little boat.
So that was snorkeling. Definitely highly recommend. We probably just didn't do the best bits of it, maybe, but the bits that we did do, we still really enjoyed, didn't we?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Next was Bali Zoo. So we did the nighttime safari.
Yeah.
This was probably one of the best experiences that I've ever done. So if you've seen the video, you obviously know what the crack is, but basically you're in like a jeep, and the back of it is just into like a cage, so you go into their enclosures.
Yeah.
You get to feed the animals and stuff, and it was just really, really good. So you get there in the afternoon, don't you? So it took us a while to get there again.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go in Bali, it takes you a while to get anywhere. That's one of the things that you're going to have to accept if you go to Bali.
Yeah.
If you want to do things, you're probably going to have to travel around a lot. But you get there in the afternoon, then they take you to like a little holding area. There's lizards there and stuff that you can get your pictures with, monkeys,
snakes, iguanas, all sorts.
And then you'll have a little tour around the zoo, but it is dark, so it's kind of hard to see stuff. And then they take you for your dinner, where you can see lions and stuff on the outside.
Then there's a buffet.
A buffet, yeah. And then you go in the back of your jeep and tour the park, basically. If you haven't watched the video will be better to explain than what I've just explained it. But it was absolutely fantastic. Like to be so close to some of these animals and get to feed them was truly incredible. So this was probably the best thing that we did on the holiday, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to look around in the day as well.
Yeah, definitely, because it looked like a really good zoo, to be fair.
Yeah.
So yeah, we definitely, if we went back again, I think we'll definitely like to do the zoo in the daytime, so that'd be something else that we do.
Yeah.
We definitely highly recommend that. Then last video that we did was dolphins. So this was a sunrise dolphin tour, and then snorkeling on the end, which we just spoken about. So, what were your thoughts on this, my darling?
I really enjoyed it. I mean, there is negatives and positives to the dolphins, I think. So, start off with the positives. You get to see a beautiful sunrise. I mean, you're on the boat, the water's all calm. You sort of going out towards the sunrise. It's just stunning. I mean, I'd have paid just for that.
Yeah.
Absolutely stunning, gorgeous. So yeah, and then there's quite a lot of boats. Over 100 maybe, sort of what I felt to be chasing down a pod of dolphins. It didn't feel very natural or very relaxed. It felt like, I don't know how to describe it. How would you describe it? Hunting, yeah, it sort of felt like hunting. So we were chasing these dolphins and kind of running over them, and it was really quite stressful trying to see them. I mean, obviously when we saw them, it was gorgeous, but it didn't feel very natural. It felt a bit like hunting. Yeah, I didn't really like that side of it, to be honest. And Cam even said to the guy, he's like, "Look, obviously we weren't the only ones on the boat, so we're sort of speaking for other people as well. But he was like, look, we don't want you to do this. Like if we see them, we see them, but we don't want to stress them out, And it'd be cruel in a sense.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, obviously the dolphins. I mean, they've got plenty of sea to duck under. You're not actually going to run over the dolphins, but it was just the thing is everyone's paid the money. Everyone wants to see the dolphins. The drivers are trying to make sure that the people who have paid can see the dolphins because then it's better for them as a business. Blah 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 blah. So I get it, but for us who are quite animal kind of people, we just felt like it was a bit OTT.
Yeah.
That being said, like, it was still an amazing experience. We did get to see dolphins in the wild, and towards the end, when people had sort of tailed off and stuff, we got a couple of times where we got to see the dolphins, and people didn't sort of chase after them because they kind of missed them, hadn't they?
Yeah.
So the guy who we spoke to did say, look, I'll stay a bit longer. I'll try and we'll take us time. We won't rush it as much.
Yeah.
But the experience, the morning, seeing the sunrise
gorgeous.
and stuff was absolutely gorgeous. That was stunningly beautiful. Then to see live dolphins was brilliant as well. So I still would highly recommend it. I just maybe do some research, see if there's any areas that maybe it might be a bit quieter. But the problem is once people know that there's an experience where we can see dolphins, then it's gonna, a lot of people are gonna go there to do it, aren't they? So
yeah, I mean, for me, it was like, if I see them, I see them. If I don't, I don't. I want the dolphins to be happy, comfortable, sort of, first and foremost. And if I see them, I see them. And if I don't, it's a lovely sunrise, and I enjoy getting up early and getting out. And
then the snorkeling afterwards. Once you've seen the dolphins, take you to a little snorkeling spot.
Yeah.
That's the bit you've seen in the second part of the snorkeling video, and that were really good. So again, like Phoebe says, ideally probably you need someone who knows the area or whatever to take you out in a boat and then take you to the best snorkeling spots, because that's where you're going to see the best coral and the best fish. Really.
Yeah,
there were loads of stingrays in that second in Lavina there, weren't there?
Stingrays?
Yeah, tiny little stingrays. Not stingrays.
Jellyfish. Yeah, we got stung loads of times.
Loads of times, little
like a lot. And I just thought there's something biting there, because it doesn't hurt in a sense, it just tingles, because I think they're like really tiny,
they're really tiny,
and they just float on the top of the water. They're really, really tiny, and I thought it's like a bug biting me, but they don't hurt. They just it's a bit itchy afterwards, but it's worth it getting stung a couple of times. Don't hurt.
So that was really all the activities that you saw. So with the holiday, we kind of split up into two. So the first part was in Canggu. That was really, really busy. It's like where all the party places. That's where my mum first lived, and then she moved to Lavina because it's a little bit quieter there. So, but there's more probably to do in that area. So I mean, it was good for what we needed it for, wasn't it? But then the second half of going to Lavina was a little bit quieter.
Yeah.
Gilly Tea. What were your thoughts on Gilly Tea?
Loved it.
Yeah.
Gorgeous. So you've got Gilly Chawangan, if I'm saying it right. Gilly Chawangan, Gilly Mino, and Gilly Air. I think Gilly Mino is the really quiet one. Gilly Air is sort of medium. It attracts families and it's got a bit of life. And then Gilly Chawangan is quite busy. So maybe I'd like to try another island.
It's only busy in like the central bit.
Yeah, it's only busy in the central. I mean, where we stayed were just fantastic. Like where Nikki picked were fantastic because it were not too far out from wherever you wanted to be, but also it was very quiet. It was central of the island, very quiet, very nice.
Well, the whole island as well. So you basically there's no engines on the island, is there?
Nope.
So it's either electric scooters or push bikes, basically.
Yeah.
So you can get around the island biking probably in an hour. Easy.
Yeah.
So I mean it's only a tiny island anyway, and there's basically restaurants all around the edges, and you can obviously go snorkel and stuff, and it's beautiful seas and stuff like that. We'll pop in pictures and stuff along the chat as we go along. But it's a beautiful place to be. I think I would probably try one of the quieter islands as well. Although, like you said, when we spoke about this before, you could probably stay there for the full 2 weeks, but I would get bored. Mm-hmm. Like I probably could do 4 nights there, and then after that I probably want to try something else.
I only have one small issue, but this isn't with the island. The horses.
Right.
Don't treat very nicely. I don't like it. I'm a horse person. I'm a horse girl. So they were quite thin. I don't like whipping of horses. It's alright showing them the whip, don't like whipping of horses, there's plenty of that. And also the tack wasn't on properly, so the mouth bits and things like that, they were doing a lot of grinding. Just visibly uncomfortable really. I didn't like that. But apart from that, the island were 10 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah. I just have to say that, because if you're a horse person, you'll probably get quite upset.
Yeah.
If you know what you're looking at, you probably won't like it.
Yeah, I mean to me, like they look fine to be fair, but like obviously I'm not a horse person, so I don't know.
No.
Okay. So then the second half of the holiday we spent in Lavina at my mum's. At my mum's house now, where she lives. So that was really nice, a little bit quieter. We didn't really do a lot in the second half of the holiday because we We just wanted to relax, didn't we, basically?
Just wanted to chill out, yeah. Nice place to chill out.
So Lavina itself, not as much to do in Lavina. It's a little bit less tourist there. But we didn't really try and do a lot, did we, to be fair? Still some nice restaurants there and stuff like that, and that's where we did the dolphin tour. But we didn't really do a great deal there. So, general thoughts about the holiday as a whole then. Taking out, obviously we're just doing a review on like the things that we did and the places that we saw. Obviously because we stayed with Mum, we're not doing a review of like my mum's bit and everything like that, which is beautiful by the way. But it's just taking out the fact that it was a family holiday and things like that. What we actually thought of like Bali and the things we did. What's your general overview?
Yeah, I'll let you go first. Yeah.
I'll let you go first.
Yeah, I'll let you go first.
I'll let you go first.
Can you just go first?
So I thought, I've been to Bali before, so I kind of I already had a perception of what I thought Bali was going to be. I know it's a third world country, so there's going to be parts of Bali that are really quite like shacky and stuff like that, not built up. It's not that sort of place. It's not like you're going to Tenerife and like everything's built up, you've got restaurants. It's completely different.
Yeah.
You know, like you've got to know that you're going to be, you know, it's sometimes it's a long way to get to things. It's going to be hot sometimes and really humid. You're going to see a lot of sharks. You're going to see a little bit of poverty.
Yeah, which is it's quite upsetting.
Yeah.
You know.
But then you're also going to see, and this is what people mainly portray on like YouTube and Instagram and things like that, is the absolute beauty of Bali. So there is parts of it that are absolutely stunning, and you know, like you're going to get some great pictures, some great videos.
Yeah.
And it's going to look like you're in like
paradise.
In paradise.
Which bits of it are.
But there's also a lot of it that isn't like that as well. So I think for me, I already knew that, and I accept that and understand that. Look, it is a third world country. It's not all going to be like, you know, built up. But that's kind of, for me, that's kind of
the experience.
Yeah, it's kind of the experience and the niceness of Bali is that it's not quite as like go as like what a Western world is.
Yeah.
It's a bit more laid back. People are chilled out. However, there is parts of it that, you know, need to be improved. I mean, obviously, my mum lives over there, so we had like she had a party with some of her friends and whatnot, and like we all spoke about the fact that they have a serious problem with rubbish in Bali, and they need, if they got that under control, because basically it's spoiling the beauty of Bali.
Yeah.
If they could get that under control, then they'd get a lot of that beauty back. That being said, you walk around, you know, parts of England and it's the exact same, like it's full of rubbish as well. So like it's not just specific to Bali, but like rubbish is a big issue everywhere.
It spoils everything.
You know, like when we go to Florida and we go into Orlando,
there's no rubbish.
Now, if you go to different parts of Florida, I'm sure that there's other parts that are full of rubbish as well. But I enjoy the cleanliness and the like pristineness of Orlando.
Yes.
In that it's kept really well, and like I like that part of it. So I love Bali. I think mainly because there is some serious parts of beauty of Bali, but also.
Sorry.
That's okay. The serious parts of beauty in Bali, but also it is dead cheap as well. So other than your flights, obviously we can stay with my mum when we're over there. The flights are pretty expensive, you know, like £1,000 a piece out there.
Yeah.
But other than that, everything that you do over there is going to be seriously cheap. Yeah. So you're going to get to do a lot of things that you would have to spend a lot of money doing in other places.
Yeah.
So there is a great advantage of that.
You can see why the Aussies go over there, can't you?
Yeah, it's dead cheap. So
it's dead cheap.
So yeah, I mean, I would happily return to Bali, probably not on a yearly basis, but you know, on a regular-ish basis, on the premise that
every couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, if my mum didn't live there, how often would I buy it?
I would only go once if his mum didn't live there.
Would you?
Yeah.
I would probably go again just because of the amount of things you can do there.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd try other sort of like Asian countries like the Philippines and Japan and not Thailand. I'd never go to Thailand. Malaysia, Vietnam. There's all other places to sort of go.
Yeah, true.
But I want to go to Australia, which is close. So if his mum didn't live there, I probably wouldn't go. It's a long way. But I like to go see, you know, it's nice to go see family and things like that, so I totally would go.
I think you got to do some things that you probably would have never got to do if you hadn't gone there, though.
Yeah.
You know, like the animal experiences.
Yeah, so would I go to Bali again? 100%. You know, it was nice to see family, which is really what we're going over there for. Obviously, you might not be, but really what we're going over there for is to see family. So that's first and foremost. There's lots to do, like Cam says, on a budget. The only things for me is the flight is extremely long. Like it's mentally draining as well as physically. And the little.
Flight airlines. Joe, you said physically draining.
It is physically draining. You're knackered by the time you get off of it. So the flight is mentally and physically draining because it's so far. But you know that is what it is. Once you're there, you're there. The litter, that's a bit of a problem. And the dogs. There's rabid dogs everywhere.
There's not rabid dogs.
Well, they might not be rabid, but there's dogs everywhere.
There's dogs everywhere, yeah.
They could be rabid.
They could be rabid, yeah.
That's the only.
But I don't think they have massive cases of rabies over there anymore.
Of course they do.
Hey?
Of course they do.
Have a look.
What would I type in for that? Does Bali have a big case of rabies? Told you. See, look, this is the thing he always disagrees with me, and I go and prove him right. It's nuts. They have a big case of rabies. So, again, GLT is not a Balinese island, and they do have a lot of rabies. So,
GLT is still very close to Bali, though.
But it's part of Lombok, it's closer to Sumatra.
Right.
And there's a big case of rabies. Rabid dogs. Rabid dogs. How much do you want to explain it to you?
You can get jabbed, though, can't you, before you go?
I don't know if we just offer us jabs.
No, I'm pretty sure you could get a rabies jab before you went to Bali.
Just don't want all the rabidness. I don't want a jab and I don't want all the rabidness.
No, but I'm just saying.
Right.
Because a lot of people do get jabbed before they go on holiday, don't they?
Yeah. So, yeah, I think the only thing for me is loved it, great experience, 100% would go back overall. The litter, really. That's the main thing for me. Never mind the rabid dogs. I would, you know, obviously it was a long time before I went back again, to be fair. Look, there's a lot of other places in the world to go see, isn't there? And it is a long way to go. You know, the flights are expensive. $2,000 for the flights alone is expensive. Then we had to pay for the accommodation as well. You know, then you're still looking at a lot of money, aren't you? Yeah.
But it's definitely an experience. I think there's a lot.
Lizards everywhere. Sorry, come on. There's lizards everywhere.
There's a lot of beauty about it, and I think for the money you spend when you're there, I think it's definitely probably worth a visit if it's something that interests you.
At least once.
If you're interested in going to Bali, I wouldn't say, oh no, don't go there.
No.
You know, I would say, have a look at what you want to do while you're over there. Have a look at how which parts of the island you're going to need to go there. And how you're going to travel between destinations and stuff. So I think if someone was thinking about going to Bali, if they're watching this video going, should I or shouldn't I go to Bali? I think the answer depends on, are you willing to spend quite a bit of your holiday travelling between destinations, and make sure you plan out what you want to do on your holiday first before you go over there.
Yeah.
It's not kind of one of them holidays like you go, arrive, and then you're fine in one spot. Unless you're probably wanting to go to maybe Canggu and you just wanting to party. But if you're wanting to experience Bali and see the beauties of Bali, you need to do quite a bit of planning and think about where you want to go and things like that. So, yes, I would recommend going to Bali, but just with those premises. Yeah?
Yeah, 100% agreed. Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. So, in regards what's next for us and this channel, so I've just been editing a couple of videos this morning. So we did Disney on Ice when we came back from Florida the first time, didn't we?
We've just recently done Disney on Ice.
Yeah, I know that, yeah. We did it when we came back from Florida the first time, didn't we? Yeah, and then we've just recently been again
in March.
Yeah. So I've got 2 videos. I've got one for Disney on Ice when we first came back, which I never posted, and then another one of the most recent times.
Yeah.
Some lovely singing in from Phoebe. And then I've got another video, just a small video of when we went to Walton Towers for Phoebe's birthday.
Got rained off.
So we'll
October
post. So we'll post those 3 videos in the next few weeks, and then we plan on doing a bit more of sort of up to date vlogs, because obviously we've been miles behind with posting vlogs and stuff like that. So we plan on doing some more vlogs. What are you doing?
Yawning.
So we plan on doing some more vlogs that are a bit more up to date, more like weekly vlogs. Phoebe's might do some weird and wonderful for Phoebe's.
We'll see.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the plan. So hope that's a good wrap up. If you've got any questions on Bali or what we did or where it was, we might pop some links in there of the places we went and did some of the activities.
How to book as well.
Yeah, but if you've got any questions, don't ask us because our mum did it all. My mum did it all. No, just ask any questions that you've got. If you are thinking about going to Bali, you know, I've been twice now. So I've got a pretty good idea of Bali, and obviously my mum lives over there, so anything that you've got any questions on, I could always ask her. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Catch you next time and keep smiling.
Bye.
Bye.